Hello, 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 and happy Monday. I hope that you all are well. Today, I'm excited to be joined by none other than Dean Hunter. The conversation that we're having tonight is so necessary for people, especially housing providers in the District of Columbia. There is a lot of talk with the movement. Of course, those of you who have been following me, you know that I have been covering the eviction moratorium that we are now we're still under. And so, what exactly does that mean? This segment today is to help landlords understand the role, their responsibilities, as well as encouragement to become a greater voice, to make a stronger impact. Because at the end of the day, many of you who followed me, you know that my philosophy is this: if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. If you treat it like a hobby, well, guess what? It's going to pay you like a hobby. And so today I'm joined by Dean Hunter, who needs no introduction. He is phenomenal with all that he does, especially for landlords in the District of Columbia. So at this time, I'm excited to welcome and invite Dean Hunter.
Thank you. Thank you very much, President, Coach, Teacher, Carissa Span. It's really good to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you today. And so I thought it would be extremely fitting, considering all the challenges that landlords are facing, especially during this pandemic. Dean, what is your message? What is essentially the voice that the message that you're trying to put out, the voice that the tone, rather, let me say, what is the tone that you want landlords to hear and to understand about being a small landlord, and what exactly is a small landlord in the District of Columbia?
I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak to the organization. I'm the CEO and founder of the Small Multifamily and Rental Owners Association. We are a new trade group representing the interests of small rental property owners in the District of Columbia. Again, we've only been around since August, and we're really we're working to change the narrative that all landlords are large corporations. The reality of the matter is that the overwhelming majority of rental housing in the District of Columbia is provided by your members, small landlords. 40% of rental housing is provided by individuals who choose to rent out their homes or their condominiums. 2/3 of the rental housing subject to rent control are units that are 2 stories or less, 2 or 3 stories, 20, 25 units or less. So small housing providers are providing the overwhelming majority of rental housing in the District of Columbia. But the problem is the district government regulates and passes laws and policies and oversight like the rental housing is provided by large corporations. So it's a disconnect. It's a terrible disconnect. We're organizing small rental housing providers to push back on the anti-landlord environment in the District of Columbia. As you know, DC is one of the most anti-landlord jurisdictions in the country. From our just cause eviction law, where you can't get people out of your home when the lease is up, to TOPA, to the overzealous inspections, to the landlord tenant court, which is terribly biased towards tenants and very burdensome. It is such a problem. The regulation of housing providers in DC is so bad that, a lot of people just don't want to do it. I commend your members for doing it. And I want to say that we're here, the Small Multifamily Owners Association is here to serve as a resource. We're here to advocate for you. We're on the job. We're doing it now. You've brought some issues to our attention that we've raised with the council and the director, and we intend to follow up. Specifically, we need the housing provider ombudsman's office filled. Apparently, that, as you know, that vacancies have been positions been vacant for 2 years. Right now, we're in the middle of a pandemic. They're passing emergency laws. Housing providers have nowhere to go or look to get information. It makes no sense. They need to fill the position, and they need to do it soon. Similarly, the eviction itself. The manner in which we've been treated during this moratorium is outrageous. The District of Columbia has one of the most stringent eviction moratoriums in the entire country. It's really the result of an overzealous, overreaching Office of Tenant Advocacy. Their influence is too great. That's why we have a moratorium where you can't raise rent on a vacant unit. What does that do? The unit's vacant. What is it doing to stop a landlord who's been waiting for a tenant to move out or waiting for that vacancy to occur to raise his rent pursuant to his ability to do so? It does nothing but punish a landlord and stop them from being able to do so. We've had this moratorium. Landlords are even unable to send notices to clients, to their tenants, to say, hey, we know you're late. Here are the resources available to get you help. It's absurd. We need a program where landlords are able to access rental assistance directly. The tenants aren't responding. They're not getting the assistance. The department has plenty of funds. So we need a program design where the landlords can get the funds directly that the tenants owes them, and we're working on that also. Landlords also need access to the courts.
Let me jump in here real quick, Dean, because you have shared a lot. You've shared a mouthful. And so what I want people to understand, now, first of all, again, this session today is primarily for landlords and housing providers. And so as the chair, which is what I am for the DC Housing Providers Association, my goal is to make sure that landlords and housing providers understand that they are important. Okay. And certainly they can definitely get involved. They can definitely make an impact. They can give their input on things that are negatively impacting them. And one of the things that you said, Dean, was that DC is definitely pro tenant. But a lot of people have been confused during this pandemic. A lot of landlords, that is, Dean, not understanding that they could maybe fight back or that maybe they could get involved, because sometimes people don't really understand how important they are with their vote, with showing up, with attending hearings and meetings and things that are happening in this jurisdiction here in the District of Columbia. And so what additional advice would you give them, Dean? How do they get involved? How do they become active? And how can they reach out to you for more guidance?
Thank you. We appreciate that. And it is important for housing providers to understand that they do have power. This is a business, and you're a small business owner, you're a small business operator, and you should be treated as such. That's the narrative we're making clear to elected officials and others at the agency, DHCD. You can get involved. But first of all, let me thank you, Carissa, for all you're doing and pulling this group together and servicing these group. The Small Multifamily Owners Association is a coalition of housing providers. And that's one of the reasons we're extending membership to our advisory board to you in your capacity as president of this association, so that you can keep us in tune, so that we can communicate with you and more efficiently involve your members and housing providers, so we can more efficiently represent them. Individuals can join the association. We ask that you please do. Go to multifamilyowners.org, multifamilies.org. Visit our website, sign up for updates. You can also call me anytime you have a question. And if I can't help you, we're going to direct you to someone else at 202-873-9211.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you so much for that information. And thank you for joining me today, Dean. I've been following you and your work and what you're doing for the small landlords, especially in the District of Columbia. And I think that it's so needed. It's so important. You are so valued. And I thank you for your time and being here. And so, guys, this is what we do. I'm here each and every Monday on my platform, sharing information for landlords, sharing information for tenants, because at the end of the day, an educated rental community works better together. And so my job as a landlord and tenant coach as a landlord and tenant expert is to continue to bring you this information. So thank you for your time. And again, thank you, Dean, for being here today. I'm excited that you're here, and I'm excited to see the work that you're putting in, because I know that it will definitely make an impact. So guys, he's given you his information. If you have questions, if you want to contact him, and especially if you or someone that you know should happen to be a landlord in the District of Columbia, please reach out to Dean, see how you can get involved. If you are a housing provider in the DC Housing Choice Voucher Program, please make sure that you inbox me, stay connected with me, because there's information. As a matter of fact, Dean, I want you to tune in on this Wednesday. We are having a housing providers meeting. And so for any of you in the DC metropolitan area who are landlords and want to attend this very, very valuable meeting this Wednesday, we will be joined by officials of the DC Housing Authority who would help us understand how to communicate with them, how to connect, how to get responses and conduct business in our area with what we do in the business. And so, guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. Dean, I will definitely be calling you soon, because you are a valuable person with the wealth of resources that I need to be connected to and stay connected with. So again, thank you for your time.
It goes both ways, and it is my intention for us to attend your meeting every month. So I'll see you Wednesday.
All right. See you on Wednesday.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.